There are people who feel lost because they made the wrong decision. And then there are people who feel lost because they never felt like they had a real choice to begin with. That second one hurts in a very quiet way. And that's where my story starts. I graduated in 2019 with a degree in education, major in social studies. On paper, that sounds respectable, stable, useful. But the truth is, I was never truly interested in teaching. It wasn't a dream. It wasn't the calling. It was a decision made out of necessity. At that time in my life, I honestly believed I had no talent, no special skill, no clear passion. Writing was the only thing I was decent at. I was part of school publications from high school to college, but beyond that, there was nothing else I could point to and say, that's what I'm good at. So I chose education because it was practical, because it was available, because my family couldn't afford to send me to journalism school, even though writing was the one thing that felt natural to me. And when you're young and unsure of yourself, you convince yourself that practicality is the same as purpose. It's not. Fast forward a few years later, and almost all of my batchmates are teachers now. Some already have master's degrees. Some are preparing for their PhDs. Some are professors. And then there's me, still unsure, still not aligned with my degree, still working a job that feels like it doesn't really matter, a job that feels like it has no impact. And this is where stress quietly turns into something heavier. Because comparison doesn't just make you feel behind, it makes you question your worth. I'd see their achievements and think, what am I doing with my life? I'd tell myself that my work doesn't really help my family, that I'm not contributing enough, that I'm wasting time. I know it's wrong to compare, but knowing something is wrong doesn't stop the feeling. Last year, I tried to fix things the right way. I applied for a teaching position. I prepared seriously. I reviewed everything I learned in college. I practiced. I gave my best during the demo teaching. I did everything I thought I was supposed to do to prove that maybe I belonged there after all. But I wasn't hired. When I saw my ranking and my points, they were lower than others, and that moment crushed something inside me. Not just my confidence in teaching, but my confidence in myself as a whole. I started asking questions that scared me. What do I actually have to offer students? If I'm not effective, if I'm not good enough, then why am I even here? That rejection didn't motivate me. It pushed me deeper into depression. And honestly, that feeling hasn't fully left even now. I started questioning my purpose, not in a dramatic way, in a quiet, exhausting way. I didn't know how to move forward. I didn't know what breakthrough even looked like. I didn't know how to become useful, meaningful, or valuable. I felt stuck in a body that was aging, in a life that wasn't moving. And if I'm being completely honest, I felt ashamed of myself. I don't drive. I don't have savings. I don't have a title that impresses people. When I see old classmates who are already successful, I avoid them. I look the other way. I cross the street. I pretend I didn't see them because I'm scared of that one question. So, what are you doing now? I'm scared of the pause that comes after my answer. I'm scared of the pity. Just recently, I ran into someone I know who's now a college professor. I literally hid. I stood to the side, hoping he wouldn't notice me. My mind went to dark places. I thought about how embarrassing it would be to explain my life. I thought about how small I must look from the outside. That's what chronic stress really looks like. Not panic attacks every day, not crying all the time. It's carrying a constant sense of being behind, of being less than, of wasting your potential, even when you don't know what that potential is. And this is where Kaizen entered my life. Not through a life-changing event, not through a big decision, but through curiosity. I clicked a random YouTube video about Japanese discipline. No expectations, just something to listen to. And that video talked about Kaizen, the idea of continuous small improvement. At first, it sounded too simple, almost useless. How can small changes fix a life that feels this broken? But Kaizen isn't about fixing your life. It's about reducing the pressure you put on yourself to fix everything at once. That's what people don't understand about mental health. When you're stressed, anxious, or depressed, your nervous system is already overloaded. Big plans don't inspire you. They scare you. They make you shut down. And that's why so many people fail when they try to change everything overnight. Kaizen works differently. It respects your current state. It doesn't ask, who do you want to become? It asks, what is one small thing you can do today, even in this state? For me, that was important because I know myself. If I try to make a big leap, I lose interest. I burn out. My system can't adapt fast enough. So instead of forcing myself to become disciplined overnight, I chose small changes. Changes so small, they didn't trigger resistance. I didn't suddenly become confident. I didn't suddenly know my purpose. I just started doing things that made my days slightly more bearable. Writing a little, thinking a little less harshly about myself, allowing myself to explore without demanding results. That's how this channel started. I didn't create it because I was confident. I created it because when I write scripts and make videos like this, I feel alive. I feel present. It's like breathing after holding my breath for years. This channel became a space where I could process my thoughts, my fears, my doubts. It became my diary, my therapy, my small daily improvement. Kaizen taught me that purpose doesn't arrive fully formed. It's built through action, through repetition, through showing up even when you're unsure. Mental health improves the same way, not through dramatic breakthroughs, but through small, consistent care, through reducing stress instead of adding more expectations, through building trust with yourself again. I still don't have everything figured out. I still feel insecure. I still worry about the future. But I no longer feel completely stuck, because now I have a system. I have a way forward, even if it's slow. If you're watching this and you feel behind, I want you to hear this clearly. Being lost does not mean you're useless. Being unsure does not mean you failed. It just means you're human in a world that expects certainty. You don't need to leap. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You just need to start small. One honest step, one manageable change, one quiet improvement. That's Kaizen for mental health. And if you're still here listening to this, maybe this is your small step today.